just people do is that they do a personality test. And this really helped me just because like I was going all sorts of different directions. I was messing up like if you look at the one of the first slides, I was messing up for like 10 years. And so like what I suggest is like this is one of my favorite ones is understanding myself.com. It's only like 9.95, and there's a free one too. You could do like what is it, the personality lab. That one's free. If you don't have 10 bucks, you can do it for free. But I like the $10 one. Um, when I took this test, it was funny because it told me like the only thing I'm good at is communication and being patient. That's it. That's it. Like 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 I I sucked at everything else. But but I'm okay with talking to people, particularly in person. And I'm pretty good at being patient. So like, you know, it's helpful in this industry. You're gonna need a lot of patience with dealing with just people in general. So that's my first suggestion. Go ahead and take a look at that when you get a chance. Um, let's see, let me go back to the presentation. All right, and then we're gonna dive right on in. All right, so I've seen this in different forms. Different I've seen people explain this in different ways. The four quadrants of life, but basically, four important things are health, money, love, friends, and family. And you know, my suggestion with this is like, if you've been accomplishing your goals in the past, like let's look at like 2023, right? If you got like a lot of major stuff done, you're looking at, your past year's accomplishments. Hey man, set a goal for all four of these things, right? Let's step it up. But if you're looking at 2023 and you didn't really, the best thing you could say you accomplished was like you watch, a Netflix series, then hey man, I would say maybe start with just one goal, all right? And if I could give my personal recommendation, I would say to focus on the money. Why? Some people say, hey man, like money's not everything, but money's a lot of things. I would say that like if you focus on money, you're gonna make a lot of the other things better, Like let's go with health, right? Hey man, I wouldn't say you come to me for health, right? Like I'm a little overweight, I've had my issues, but if you made a lot of money, you could probably hire a personal trainer. You could probably, pay for like, Whole Foods, right? Whole Foods ain't cheap. Like when it comes to love, like if you're a guy, man, hey, if you have money, guess what? Girls like you. Your wife likes you. If you're a girl and you got money, hey, guess what? Now you can be more picky, like you don't gotta go for the guy that that got money. You got money now. And friends and family, well, guess what, man? Like this one actually, I'm gonna talk about a personal story. Um, a few years back, 8 years back, let's say, not exactly, but a few years back, when I first started making money, my dad died. And that year, like I remember, I was just like working, doing my thing in the office, and my brother called me, and just everything stopped, right? My dad just passed away suddenly, had a heart attack. And like I said, that was the first year I made some money. So like, guess what? I was able to take an entire month off that I didn't work. I was able to, to go right away, just drop everything, go right away, be with my mom to console her, in that time. Me, my brother, my sister paid for the entire funeral, like cash, no debt, no nothing, just like, hey man, the burial, the casket, just everything. We were able to pay it. My mom didn't have to worry about that. I was able to sustain my mom for almost a year until like she retired and like her benefits kicked in, and then she just didn't want to take my money. And then yeah, man, I was able to do like a lot of cool things because I had money, you know and you could do a lot of cool things with your family, like take them on vacations. Doesn't have to be like something extreme as somebody passing away, but that's what I'm saying. That like, if you want to focus on anything, just focus on getting your money up this year, and then a byproduct is having all these other things because you have money. So you know, let's make this money. All right. How to make money. All right. We got to start out by setting smart goals. Yeah, I would suggest, implementing these three things. You want to make a list of tasks, which make it impossible to fail. So, what I mean by that is that whatever we're doing, whether it's loans, real estate, ILA, with whatever social media deal you're up to, like whatever anybody's doing on this call, there is proven ways to be successful. Um, and you could implement a way for it to be impossible for you to fail. Just you gotta put together a list, like, and say, okay, if I did these things, it would be highly unlikely that I wouldn't hit my goal if I actually did this list of things. So that's what I'm saying. And then in that, there's one-time goals, and then there's goals that you want to do consistently, whether it's every day, once a week, once a month. Um, and you want to put those in your calendar. You really want to be like living out of your calendar. And so, like, I like to use Google Calendar. So it's kind of how my Google Calendar looks like. I don't really have like, you know I don't really put like anything in there other than like stuff that's really like time sensitive. And I want to give you guys another little trick. Like, I use this app called or Trello. What did I say? Trello. But you guys can use whatever you want. I also like to use Evernote, but now they're being real picky and they want you to pay for it. I don't like that. I like free. So Trello's free. And so I have like my list of stuff that I'm my to-do list, stuff that I'm actively doing, I completed this week, next month. And so this is where I have my one-time task. So like, hey, I gotta do this. And then what's cool is you could create these little to-dos, right? And you could do a checklist. You could do, let's just, add an item there, you know and then it'll tell you your progress. You could put a date. Actually, this is probably another little thing that's really important. Set a date for the things that you want to complete, right? So like going back here, I have this credit card thing that I want to do today. So, this is actually for the emergency fund. And also, like, sometimes I get like 0% credit cards, and like, like I use it for like some investment or some kind of marketing that I spend on. But basically, like, I put like a date, so I'm gonna do that today. And then I put that it's important. And then like urgent was like I had to prepare for this room, right? But like I code the different things so I could find it faster. And so I typically work on the urgent stuff first. Oh well, let me go back to that. I work on the urgent stuff first, and then like important, quick is like stuff that like you could do like in a couple of minutes. So you can knock that stuff out quick. Um, Standard stuff, stuff that I need to delegate, and then audio and video. This is actually pretty like I don't know. It's good for me because like I find myself like listening to stuff or watching stuff a lot, and I think people get trapped, when it comes to like social media or YouTube, kind of like looking at stuff. But like I set a, I set some time to do that. Like I'm not doing it all the time, like you you want, yeah, okay, if you want to watch TV or if you want to like watch a video or whatever, schedule it. Schedule like, okay, I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes. It's my like guilty pleasure or whatever. But then get back to work. So yeah, man, you want to have your day mapped out. And another little thing that I do, I don't have it on the screen here, but I do something called Pomodoro, and it's basically like a 30-minute timer. So like every 30 minutes, I'm working on like this stuff right here. Um, and then I take a 5-minute break. So like I'll go and get myself a coffee or go use the restroom, or sometimes I just like stare at the wall. I'm just like zoning out. Like I'll zone out for 5 minutes. But yeah, like I have I use that, so it's like I stay focused. And that's actually our next little thing here. So anyways, uh set up the task that allows you not to fail, and then one time goals, consistent goals, and put them in your calendar. Just work out of your calendar. Now, three things to accomplish our goals and is discipline, energy, focus. I put the energy drinks there, but don't drink energy drinks. I'm just trying to make a point. That's probably not healthy for you. But discipline, when it comes to doing your goals, like if you don't have one of these things, it's like a these are like a three-legged stool, and you're missing one leg, it's gonna fall over. So with discipline, I mean, if you're not disciplined, then it doesn't matter if you have a lot of energy or focus. You're not gonna get there. You're just gonna go, you know, you're gonna focus maybe on the wrong thing, or like you're gonna have a lot of energy, but it's not gonna go nowhere. So I would say, like, you want to know what it is you're aiming for, and then you want to have the energy to do it. So for sure, sleep. A lot of people, you know, you watch these videos and it's like, oh, you gotta sleep 4 hours or whatever. No, man, just sleep as much as is required for you personally to feel, to feel good, to feel like alert, right? Because you could get away with sleeping, 4 to 6 hours or whatever. Some people can, but most people can't. And like what ends up happening is that like you're sleepy half the day or the whole day, and then you're not being productive. I sleep, 7, 8 hours, all right, and when I sleep well, then I could be productive all day, as opposed to like, you're groggy all day, and it's like most people honestly only work like 1 or 2 hours, like so guess what? Like it's counterproductive if you sleep less. Um, now now with focus, obviously, like I said, you gotta know what you're aiming for, and then have the task to you know, to get to work you towards that goal. Like if, you know, a lot of times we're going 100 different directions, and that's actually why I like setting up my calendar the way I do, is because like with real estate and loans, you could get pulled in another direction, 10 times a day. But when I have the list of tasks and I have the order of importance, then I could just go right back to doing what I was doing. I've tried it before where I have things at a particular time. I have like every minute scheduled, but guess what? You get thrown off, several times a day, in this business. And that's why I only really schedule appointments and things that are really like time sensitive. And outside of that, I just have a list of things that I need to do by order of importance. So I wanted to give a couple little things, with real estate, because most people on here are are agents. Well, this also applies to LOs, but basically, videos are 10 times better than messages. And right now, millennials, a lot of you, lot they're in the 30s and 40s. I mean, basically, they're half of the home buyers at this point. So just think about all the crazy things you've heard about millennials. You know, they're the ones buying houses now. And so ideally we should be doing video and we should be texting because text is 9 times better than emails. I would recommend using a CRM, and if you don't have one, I personally like HubSpot. HubSpot, you can get it for free. And what's really cool about it is that you can see when like people open their emails. So it's pretty dope. Like the way I use that is like I'll see like somebody open their email and I'm really like, you know what? It's probably a good time to give them a call. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. You use a CRM, man. Like you can remember, I've had a pipeline of 100 loans. Like you think I'm gonna remember what I told everybody? No, I don't remember what I tell everybody. I just keep notes, and then when they call me, the CRM pops up, and I'm like, oh yeah, we were talking about this last time, and they think I'm some kind of like genius because I remember everything. No, it's just in the notes. So, make sure you put that down. And then 11 touches before commitment. This kind of dope. I mean, like, you know, like some usually people give up like calling leads like when they call them once or twice and they're like, this person's not gonna buy or whatever. You know what? Like the people that get deals, and again, this is something I've learned over time, is the people that are just consistently following up. I've had people buy that I followed up with for a year. That like I had actually my first deal with LoanDesk that I closed was a lady that I originally got as a referral like 6 years ago. And guess what? Like because I was friends with her on Facebook and occasionally, was like, hey, like here's a property, or hey, here's this new loan program. I sent her a loan program that she was interested in, and guess what? Couple months later, boom, we close on a house for her. Just like that. So follow up is the name of the game. And 11 times should be the minimum amount of times you should try to reach out to somebody. You know, like the old adage was like you call them till they died. I now I don't want to get like extreme, but just call them till they tell you to stop. All right. So that was my presentation. I know it was a little brief, but we're pretty much at the hour right now. So if anybody has questions, I'm all ears. We got a couple minutes here.
Thank you so much, Raul. That was very informative as well as entertaining. So definitely appreciate that.
Sure.
what questions does anyone have? I want to make sure that we address that before we conclude for the day.
Can you unmute people or they unmute themselves?
They should be able to unmute themselves. Otherwise, feel free to drop any questions in the chat, anyone. It's there for you to utilize as well, in case you don't totally feel like unmuting and speaking.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't see the chat before. Like I've been on other calls, and is this new or did we have that all the time?
Well, the good news is that in Rooms now we're able to integrate external URLs and meeting spaces into our product. So now we can include Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, things like that. So what you're seeing is us now in Google Meet within Radius Rooms.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like the chat feature because yeah, some people don't want to speak up or you can just drop in a little quick question there.
No worries. Jeanette said great presentation. Thank you so much, Jeanette.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So it seems like we are at the end of our time, but never fear, you guys. We have LoanDesk Rooms every single week at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesdays. So feel free to join us next week. And as always, we always have new rooms happening every week. And if you have any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.